Nerds, welcome back. I'm Tyler. I have a review for this video, and the company that reached out, their name is Koda. So they contacted me. They really liked the garage upgrade video that I did for the lights here in the shop. And so they reached out and they said that they have some nice shop lights and work lights that they wanted me to check out. And I agreed. However, I made sure that I could use strictly my opinion. So I wanted to make sure that anything that I review on this channel, it doesn't matter if someone's trying to pay me $1 million, well actually, if someone pays me $1 million, I'll probably bend the truth a little bit. But I wanted to make sure that this is my personal opinion. I'm not gonna suggest something to you guys that ends up being total crap. And I'm actually pretty excited about these because they have something that my existing lights don't have, and it's this remote. So let's go over some of the features. I'll break down what's cool about these lights, and then I'm going to install them. And I'm going to wait about a week before I finish this video so I can give you kind of like an honest review after a period of time of actually using the products. So let's start with the shop lights. These are their LED linkable shop lights. They're 45.6 inches long. Linkable up to 6 lights together on one outlet or one socket. And you can use something like this, a socket outlet adapter, which is pretty cool. And I'll link this in the description. And I'll put links for this stuff so you can find the lights. So these are typically sold. Koda sells a lot of their products at Costco, so you might have seen them before. 4,600 lumens per light, and they're actually really bright. They come with this really cool remote, which is one of the things I like about them. So especially for video, if I really need to like crank up the brightness, it's fairly bright, and it's nice to have control when doing video. So I'm pretty pumped about that. It has a motion sensor and sensitivity settings that you can use the remote to set up. And the typical lifespan of these lights is 50,000 hours. Now, LED lights usually have a pretty long lifespan, but I think that these are more towards the top of the range. So that's really nice to know that I'll be getting a long life out of these. 48 watts per light and 4,000 Kelvin color temperature. My existing lights are 5,000 or 5,200, something like that. Having a 4,000 Kelvin range temperature color is closer to regular daylight is, which is really nice, because if I have the garage door open and I'm working in here, there won't be an imbalance. So this actually might suit the garage better for me than the 5,000 color range. So I'm pretty excited about that. But again, the remote is probably one of my favorite features of these lights. They come in the box with a couple cool things too. So first off, the brackets that you would use to mount these, number one, it's going to be really easy to set this up, probably about 20 minutes to install these guys. The brackets are a lot more robust than my existing lights, and it also comes with chains. So if you have a really tall ceiling in your shop, garage, whatever, you can bring these lights lower so it's closer to your work surface. So that's cool that they included those. And then it also has drywall anchors and the screws that you would use to fasten these to the ceiling. So really nice. And actually one of my favorite things that came with these lights that you don't ever see is a mounting template. So this template has a hole here and a hole here. That way you can, once you orientate where you want the lights, you know the recommended distance between the brackets, and you can just hold it up there, make your marks, drill your holes, and screw the screws in. So it's really nice for someone who does all this stuff themselves. It's really nice to see a company include something like that just to make the process a little bit easier. So I really like that they put that in there. On to the next. So this right here is labeled as their LED folding work light. This is probably my favorite piece that they sent me, mostly because I don't have anything like this already. This is 2,100 lumens, nice and bright. It has 2 outlets, and actually these lights right now are being ran off of these outlets, and 2 USB ports as well. So that way, if you're working with somebody, you have something you can plug a drill or a stereo into, and then if you guys need to charge your phones, you have that option as well. So that's really cool. So it has two settings. It has high and then low and off, so 3 settings, I guess. And a really cool thing that I like about these lights is the fact that these little wings can move. So I'll give you a scenario. Say you're working in a house and you're painting a room with 2 of your buddies. You can separate where you want the light to go to. So this is your light, so you're going to get the most of it. So this floodlight right here could be facing towards your wall that you're working on. And then you can have these lights facing outwards towards your buddy's walls, or one toward the ceiling, or one behind. So it's pretty cool and actually really useful, and I'm going to be using this in the installation of these lights, so I'll be able to actually try it out in the dark, which will be really nice, because I'll have everything basically ripped out by that point. So this is really cool. The other lights that they sent are these cool little portable LED work lights. Now these are 550 lumens. They have 2 settings, high and low. 360-degree rotation, so wherever you mount them, you'll be able to basically get the light wherever you want, which is nice. They have a weatherproof rating of IP44, so these should be good for rain and splashes. Look that rating up though to get a little bit more information. Comes with 4 AA batteries, it's what it takes, and they came with Duracells, which is really nice. You don't typically get good quality batteries when you buy stuff like this. So it was good to see that, but I would recommend buying some sort of rechargeable batteries. I'll link some that I use for my camera gear that I think will be really nice. Up to 8 hours of runtime, and I think for me the coolest feature about these lights is the mounting solution that they have. So these are pretty similar to what you would get at like Harbor Freight, let's be honest, but it's a lot more robust, and the mounting solution is a lot more flexible. So the way that you can mount these is it has this cool clamp. So if you needed to put this on something, like we'll just use this as an example, you could clamp it, and still you would get the ability to rotate. So that's nice. It's got you can hang. Obviously, this is just like the Harbor Freight one. It's got a magnet, again, similar to Harbor Freight, but because of the movement of this, it's a lot more versatile. So if I was to, I'm just gonna hang it on this saw here. If I was to hang it on this saw, I would be able to move the light wherever I might need it. So that makes it a little bit better. I used those Harbor Freight ones for welding, and it was lackluster, basically. I couldn't get them to go like give me the right angle on what I was trying to weld so I could see through the mask. So that's cool. It's got a nice mounting solution for screws. So if you wanted to have more of like a permanent spot for these, you'd be able to, like for your bench, for example, you could mount it here, you can mount it up on the top, and you'd be able to, again, swivel and get the light where you need it. And the last solution is a threaded hole for a tripod. And again, if you were up in like a high corner or somewhere where it would be hard for the light to reach, you could lift that, extend that tripod up, get the light right up where you need it to. So these are really cool. I'm excited to try all these different lights out and let you guys know in the end what I think about them. This one again is probably going to be the most exciting for me, and these I'm definitely going to be using for automotive stuff, for welding, things like maybe like even indoors, like if I'm working on a project in like a closet or something and it's dark and hard to see, I'll definitely be using something like this. So let's get into the installation, and I'll wrap everything up at the end after some time with these products, and I'll let you know what I think. All right, shutting off the old lights, using this work light. It was actually super helpful. I really do like this. I'm happy that they sent this over. I'm going to be using this in the future. Just had to pull the old ones off. I tied a string from one side of the garage to the other where I'm going to be mounting the brackets. Used the little template that they sent, and I just used a screwdriver, and probably a good idea to put some eye protection on. I got a bunch of crap in my eye.
The brackets on these are a lot more robust than the previous brand. I really do like them. They're definitely going to be holding these fixtures up. And one thing I like about these fixtures is they look a lot more professional. They definitely look like they belong. And here I am goofing off with the dimming settings. It's actually pretty fun having this this remote and screwing around with these. That's it. I did 4 lights. The installation took about 20 minutes. Back to the garage.
And we're back, you guys. It's been about 2 weeks, so I got a pretty good trial period with these lights in. I used them quite a few nights each week. I've been working on a project, our arbor or an arch for our wedding, so if that video is not out, keep an eye out for it. It's pretty cool, but I was out here quite a bit, and so I really got some use in with these, and I have to say I am a big fan. The only thing that I was afraid that I wasn't gonna like initially was the color temperature. As of now, they only make these lights in a 4000 Kelvin color range. And my previous lights were 5200. And I thought I really liked that super white laboratory hospital look. I know it sounds weird, but it just feels good to have a little bit more warm tones. I do like that you can dim these as well. That's really cool in my opinion, especially if you're out here working on maybe like a shiny surface and you're looking for like imperfections, or you just don't want the light just like shining in your face. This is really cool. I haven't really had to dim them yet, but having that option is really cool. The motion sensor seems to work really good. Not really something I'm going to use. I have them hooked up using a socket adapter that has a little converter for outlets. So I'll link this below if you're looking for that. That's a pretty smart little converter, but there's not a lot to say about the lights. Let me just say I like them. If you're looking for some lights, I recommend them. You can buy Koda's lights at Costco, and they have a website. I'm not sure if you could buy there, but I'm pretty sure you can see their prices. So I'll link that down below. You can go check it out. The other 2 work lights that they gave me, I've used this one a little bit, and I really like this one. It's fantastically bright, and I like having the function to be able to like move these little wings around. I think is really cool. I haven't had a chance to use that, but I will for some of my next automotive projects. I probably won't film it, but any automotive projects as well as welding, I'll definitely be using that. But that's it, you guys. If you have any questions about the lights, if you're looking to get some, drop a comment below. I'll do my best to give you like my own personal experience or answers with them. If you got some value from the video, please like, subscribe, and share if you haven't already. Thank you guys for hanging out with me today. I'll see you next time.